The playoffs are in full swing as we welcome you to this postseason contest on EA Sports. The ball is teed up, and with the boots, the NFL postseason has officially begun. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Lawrence going to throw straight away here. Completed to his running back. And he takes a shot near the marker, but it looks like he still has enough for that first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. From the shotgun, Lawrence has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down after a short gain.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
Complete left side to Thomas. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. They gain 14 on the play. And that's a Jaguar first down. Sticking in the air with Lawrence. Short pass brought in. And they bring him down around the 34.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. 3rd and short in your back pocket. You can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Completed over the middle. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
1st and 10, it's Lawrence. That one's complete over the middle. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. The Jaguars are going to call their first timeout. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Lawrence working from the gun. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, he just couldn't quite hang on.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Bend. Even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, well, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
Defense looking to defend the marker on third down. Out of the gun, Lawrence. Finds him over the middle. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. A lot of room they need here. It's 4th and a long 8.
Hey, run!
Lawrence looking to throw. Escapes the pocket. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. And that play doesn't get it done. We've got a turnover on downs.
I think this defense was resigned to giving up 3 points on the opening series. Instead, well, they got the chance to deny them anything, and boy, did they ever attack it.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Yellow! Easy! What's on?
They'll run. First give to Zach Charbonnet. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. So now reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways.
Yellow! 15. Attack! Mark time!
On target to Worthy. And he'll get it up to the 27. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now.
Yellow!
Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. And that's incomplete, and he's happy to have that one fall compared to, well, the alternative. Looked like it was going to be picked there.
You feeling lucky? Well, do you? Well, he should because the quarterback got away with one right there. That was an easy pick dropped by the defense.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
Hey, 43.
Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. The Chiefs bringing out their punt team. And this will bring a drive that had some promise to a disappointing end. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. 45 yards on the punt there. And the Jaguars working with a short field as they take over. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Now it's Lawrence. Man there, it's Malik Neighbors. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville 1st down.
11, Agate. Great job. Here we go.
Blitz coming, Lawrence. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. We've reached the end of one in this opening round of the AFC playoffs. Couple of zeros on the board right now. Back to Arrowhead in just a moment.
Got, ready?
Back for the second quarter. It's Jaguar football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Back to throw. Here's Lawrence. He's got it at the 5. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And he scores. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars get the game's first points here in the second. Brian Thomas Jr., the touchdown. Little able to connect on the point after. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Yellow. Easy.
They fake the handoff. Now Mahomes bails out of the pocket quick. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he crosses midfield before going out. They get 22 on that one. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st down.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
Hey, 43, 15. 15.
On 2nd down, a run with Charbonnet. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they need the same now here on 3rd down.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
It is cut left side. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
He finds space into the red zone. And he will get this to the end zone for a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. Zach Charbonnet with the touchdown. Now Harrison Butker for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chiefs tie this game 7-7. Butker on now to kick this one away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, Lion.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. First down throw, Lawrence. Hits his running back. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that it was all him, turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
Neighbors with a catch. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Escapes out to... And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Jaguars take a second quarter lead. Trevor Lawrence with the touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
First and 10 now from the 30.
All right.
The drive will start with a run by Charbonnet. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Leo Chanel able to bring him down. Here we go, 2nd and 9. He's got it over the middle. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. So now here's 3rd and 5.
Color.
That one's out and cut on the right side. Big man showing up the yards. They get 40 on the big hitter. And it'll be first down, Kansas City.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position by hitting on that shot. You've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and open.
And he's in for the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs earn the chance to tie it before halftime. You love seeing a tight end get the chance to show off those wheels, right? And in the best of cases, he could rumble the whole way home.
Kate, think of getting somebody with that type of mass rolling at full speed. Who's really going to want to stand in the way, wants to stop him anyhow? The answer, nobody.
That one splits the uprights. And the Chiefs tie things up at 14. Butker on now to kick this one away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their first. And they'll take this opportunity to discuss what's next over on their sideline. First and 10 now from the 30. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Chiefs get the football on the first turnover of the contest. Worked through his progression, nobody available, and by the time he checked it down to the back, oh, you could almost see it coming. A defender there to intercept it.
Because those defenders have clocks too. I mean, we get so enamored talking about a quarterback's clock, but defenders do as well, and they know when that quarterback's holding the ball and holding the ball, likely a check down is coming. That is just smart defensive play.
Hey, 15, 15, 15.
Quick throw completed by Mahomes. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
50, yellow, 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 yellow. Attack, attack. Martin.
Off play action, it's Mahomes. Vacates quickly left side. That one's cut along the left sideline. And even 20 yards on the play, and it awards them with a 1st and goal.
You know these teams, they track every step of their players. Many of them wear GPS units in their uniform to track how much mileage. I don't care what the stat sheet said of how long that game was. That dude ran 80.
And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. Now the offense going to take its 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
You know, we do enough of these games, Kate, and I am a big fan of creativity. And the QBs today are some of the best to ever do it. But that's a situation where you got to know on 1st down, it's not time to be creative, especially if you feel the heat coming defensively. Just find a way to throw that sucker in the 1st row.
Another try following the sack. And that's incomplete, but I do see some laundry on the field. Let's see what this flag is all about. Looks like they're going to happily turn this one down and let the play stand. So now, here's 3rd and goal.
15, 15. Easy, 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 easy. I don't need to. Hey, 57.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that sack going to cost them some yardage.
To get home and hit and impact the quarterback at this level, well, typically you got to do what this defense is doing, and that's keeping an offense off balance. Change up your looks, rotate your personnel, throw in some wrinkles, and once again, go hit that quarterback. I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted, but that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Here comes the final play of our 1st half.
Hey, run. Here we go.
A final throw before the break. Caught by the open man. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the third quarter. With this kick, we're back underway. A spot in the divisional round on the line. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Straight ahead with Charbonnet. And he can only get a lone yard. Took a couple of guys to haul him down near the line. We'll pause now for an injured player, and it looks like he's worse for wear after handling that last carry. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Yellow.
They go play action. It's Mahomes. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Before the play clock can expire, we've got a timeout called by Andy Reid. As that'll leave him with just 2 to use the rest of the way. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
15. Attack!
Man in motion here.
Right side.
3rd down, it's Mahomes. That's more on the quick slant. And he stopped cold at the spot. We will keep paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that 1st down. From the gun, Charbonnet gets it. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
43.
Again, it's Charbonnet. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. Working quickly here.
A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 5.
Hey, 43, 15. Right side.
3rd and short. Here's Mahomes. That's caught for the 1st. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40.
Yellow. Right side.
1st down throw, Mahomes. Completed to his running back. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Making it harder than it needs to be right there. Just get the catch first. Guarantee some yards. And then worry about escaping the defenders and getting upfield.
Throwing again, Mahomes. And that's nearly intercepted, but couldn't hang on. Just a harmless incompletion. It's 3rd down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage. And that really did help force the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Another throw for Mahomes. Complete beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
Give him 4 yards, and that moves him that much closer. 2nd and goal now from the 2.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Hey, Sunday on Sunday on Sunday.
And he's in for the touchdown. The Chiefs grow the lead coming out of halftime. Zach Charbonnet with the touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with 1 end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get 1, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
That one right down the middle. And the Chiefs make it a 10-point ball game. Butker on now to kick this one away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, easy. Route. 30 left.
Lawrence working from the gun. He's throwing deep to the left side. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection. Malik Neighbors, the one he was throwing for. So 2nd down coming up.
Defensive coaches in the NFL say it all the time. Limit the big play. Keep these guys in front of you. Well, this defense is going to have to stay vigilant because this receiver, he can take the lid off a defense at any time.
He's on the move. He's on the move. And they get him right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, I think all quarterbacks have been there before. You start scrambling, you're hoping for something to materialize, and nothing does. You just try to get back to the line, live to play another day, and more importantly, avoid a loss.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Timeout taken by the defense. Their 2nd. And they'll likely be very protecting of the only one they've got remaining. Third and 10. Can this offense get it done? Out of the gun, Lawrence. That throw's knocked away and incomplete. 4th down coming up.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and you've got to react as he begins to throw to get you a spot and knock it away.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4. And they're going for this. He finds him beyond the marker. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure of the drive's right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Here's Lawrence to throw. He put everything he had into this one. He's got it deep downfield. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you think on the other side defensively they'd be ready for this. But this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air. And the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Yellow.
Out of the gun, a give to Charbonnet. And the power play up the gun only results in 2 yards.
If there's ever a play we could call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Man in motion, out of the slot. Second and 8. That's caught. Here's Zach Charbonnet. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there. Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Yellow.
1 quarter to go, Brock, and we'll see who can earn the wild card win. It's Chiefs football, just 1 quarter away from a postseason victory. Back to the line they go. It's second down.
Yellow.
Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. They did it! He made the interception! And he makes the Hefs go! It's a touchdown on the pick six! Thrown at the depth where linebackers come into play in coverage, partner, and sure enough, one of them jumps it and takes it to the house.
You say that. You know what I think about? I think about the depth finder on my fishing boat. You're absolutely right. This is where these linebackers love to lurk and could do some serious damage.
Now a try to go up by 4, put it out of the range of a field goal. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Jaguars take a 4-point lead. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all, so they're going to gift them a drive starting at the 30. They're out and set, first and 10.
Yellow.
Charbonnet now up the middle. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. No gain there that time, and it's second and 10.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here.
Fight on these two.
Hauled in by Worthy, right side. It's a gain of 22. And it'll be first down, Kansas City.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball in your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield. Turn a good play into a great play.
And they bring him down right at the 46-yard line. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. He throws a bullet to the center. He's got it inside the 10. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line.
Hey, 15.
1st and goal. Here's Charbonnet. Finds the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs take a 4th-quarter lead. Zach Charbonnet with the touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. In baseball, it's 3 strikes and you're out. I know you experienced that a lot. But on the gridiron, you're feeling pretty happy, right? If you can strike the end zone 3 times in one game.
Yeah, I'd rather go hockey and soccer. That's just the positive guy in me. They call that a hat trick. It's worth celebrating. And yeah, they should celebrate this effort.
Pretty important PAT here, Brock, to make it a field goal game. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Chiefs push their lead to 3. Butker on now to kick this one away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Rip, 23. Easy, Rip.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. Neighbors with the catch. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. It's a gain of 29 yards. And that's a Jaguar first down.
Hey, let's get those next-gen stats out here, Kate. See just how far he had to run between the snap of the football and when he finally got the throw. Did a beautiful job of settling down into zone coverage, even though it took him a whole lot of distance to get there.
And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down.
Well, I think the defense coaches in coverage, breathing a sigh of relief. There was space right there. If that throw came 1 second earlier, that was going to be 6.
2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence. Throw wheeled in by Thomas. And they get this down to the 28. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
11.
Sticking in the air with Lawrence. Throw left side, complete. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville first down.
Decent 24.
Working inside the red zone. And he missed over the middle there. Lucky that one didn't end up worse. That's swatted away, incomplete. Looking for Malik Neighbors that time. And it sets up 2nd down.
You know, it's tough to succeed a linebacker in most defenses if you can't hold your own in coverage. They rely on you to break up throws just like that and take some of the stress off the secondary.
Lawrence trying again on 2nd. And they're going to take this in for the Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars take a 4th-quarter lead. Malik Neighbors with a touchdown. Little tax on the extra point. And the Jaguars take a 4-point lead.
35. Chiefs 31. Cam Little, kickoff for the Jaguars.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Pistol now for Mahomes. Flushed out of the pocket. Thrown on the run, deep down that left side. Looking for his wide receiver there. And we'll see what they do here on second down.
You know, I don't mind taking that risk, especially on early downs. You try to shot downfield, it doesn't work. But, Kate, the good news, you've got 2 more downs to try to find it first.
15.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down.
Hey, rip list.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. Into the red zone. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs take a 4th quarter lead. The impact this guy has had on this game, Brock, has been massive. They'd be on the comeback trail right now if it wasn't for his 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, and that second one far bigger than his first when you just look at the game circumstances. Puts them in front here in the second half. Puts a little jet fuel in the engines of their defense.
Harrison Butker at a kickoff for Kansas City.
Butker on now to kick this one away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30.
30-yard drive.
And the drive will start out with a first and 10.
Hey, Ryan.
Now Lawrence. Buying some time left. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time secondary, well, they got real sticky, stayed tight and forced the throw away.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Looking to throw, Lawrence. He'll get this to Henry. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's a Jaguar first down.
I'm sure Coach, play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. Jukes one defender. Free up the middle. It's a breakaway. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars take a 4th quarter lead. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
That one splits the uprights. And the Jaguars take a 4-point lead. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. All right, one more snap before the 2-minute warning.
Yellow. Yellow.
On first and 10, here's Mahomes. And they got there in time. He's taken down. That takes us to the 2-minute warning here in KC. Chiefs needing 4 points. Offense to the line for second down.
Yellow. Yellow, yellow. Right side.
Back to throw. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. They connect on the deep shot. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs have taken the lead late. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
Butker on now to kick this one away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Red on red. Here we go. Hey, Jupiter. Here we go.
Setting up to pass. Into the hands of Neighbors. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Rolling left, buying some time. He just throws this one away.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something with no one open and risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
Hey, Lion.
Here he is to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
New set of downs for him from the 46.
43. 11.
Here he is to throw. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. He'll look to throw it. Henry on the catch. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville 1st down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
Right, let's go.
They kick the running back in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Lawrence. That's taken in by Henry. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Hey. Here we go.
Lawrence working from the gun. Cut out left. And he will score and give him the lead in the final minute. Absolutely clutch score there, Brock, as they take the lead here in the final minute.
Incredible execution. The moment not too big for any of them. And Kate, they cashed in when it really mattered.
That one right down the middle. And the Jaguars take a 4-point lead. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Yellow.
Operating from the gun. Here's Mahomes. And this one falls incomplete. Still 17 seconds left to play. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And it's going to be 2nd down.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football.
Yellow.
You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Hey, 57, 57. First shot.
Mahomes trying to get here on 2nd and 10. That's into the hands of Moore. And a good pickup of 9 there before it gets out of bounds to stop the clock.
Whole bunch of credit goes to just about everybody on that offense. Guys up front needed to give the QB enough time to let that play develop. Excellent effort by that receiver to stay alive and for the quarterback to scan the field and find his completion.
Yellow. Good shot.
Now to throw. And they don't connect there, so only 6 seconds remaining.
Perhaps a bit late breaking towards the ball, but still just enough time to get a finger on it and knock it away.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th.
First shot.
To throw. And they get to him and haul him down. What a play, forcing the sack, and that should just about put a bow on this one.
Well, this one never had a chance. Between the pressure right there in his face and the coverage downfield, quarterback still should have at least thrown it up there and given somebody an opportunity to make a play.
They take one final knee. Time's going to run out, Brock. Their playoff story begins with a victory. For the Jaguars, the visitors in this one, but they take home the win. And you never want to count out those wild card teams once the postseason begins, right? We've seen a few go on magical runs before, and they've officially begun theirs here, fighting their way to next week's divisional round games. So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner Brock Huard and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another
you.